meeting. Roll call directors
Vern Bowman,
here.
Ronnie Barron,
Here.
Tom Oakenfoos,
Here.
Sue Schweiss, I'm here, and we have a quorum.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Well, second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, minutes last meeting. Everybody get a chance to look at them?
Yep, I did. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll second.
A motion on the floor and second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Got the treasurer's report, Sue.
All right, all kinds of bills. One from Tom, Siebert Ag, Cutting Edge, Lakeland Insurance for our insurance policy, County Home Center, Kurt's Farms, Vern Bowman Contracting, and MFA.
Well,
We're gonna have anybody left?
got a whole ball of wax. Well, listen, Tom ain't gonna hurt us at 650.
I gotta get that. I just broke that up. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, you already seen that. This is,
Yeah. Oh, we did them all.
Okay. 1,500, 10 hours, okay.
Sue, on that, you can make that either to Buyer or to Siebert Ag. Just make it to Siebert Ag and I will deliver that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, he said, had told me to take care of it and then I'll take him the check.
that'll work.
So you don't have to mail it or nothing,
Okay.
Okay.
if that's okay.
We did receive a check from the state of Missouri for $6,226.88. It was our 10% payment from the FEMA 2019 closeout project.
6,000?
Yeah,
And what?
it was $6,226.88.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I thought the last one we got was the
that was
final.
It flows out from the state.
federal
Yeah.
funding or whatever, and this is
Okay.
the state portion.
Okay, that's good.
So it is officially done.
You want to see these, Norm? Just kind of.
This is, this here is the levy district number 2, this
This
bill.
is our,
It's not a bill. He's gonna talk about it. It's a quote for that, core inspection or core sample. Core something.
Was this got any of that rental?
that's
equipment
just, yeah, that's the rental on the O and upper.
Okay, okay,
That's for his money.
sure.
And he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
My piles, I had them cooking this afternoon. And then it rained
Is,
and it put them out.
$21,000? This one?
That's not a bill. It's there. He's gonna talk about it in old business. Norman is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bill. That's a,
There's a proposal, right? from Carbondale, Illinois.
Yeah, I think that's from where they're from. I didn't.
It's showing Carbondale,
Yeah,
Illinois.
I think it's where.
Okay, let me get all these back to you soon. The rest of it, I think we're good.
Which one did you point out?
Them ramps on the thing, they moved the dirt on,
It's
which
just,
is not right.
No, yeah, I mean, they did a lot of that. Yeah, they did a lot of extras, so I mean,
Okay.
I'm good with it.
You good with it?
okay.
Ernie, you want to see any of them, or are you done?
Well, because here, what was this?
Yeah, and I got one of them.
It's this some of them.
That you just owe me, it ain't.
Okay, is this one that's,
That was the extras they did on the
contract?
contract, and we're all good with that.
Yeah.
That's just a fuel ticket today for me. You can just put that on my, if that's okay, unless you gotta write it something separate.
And if they,
I don't wanna pay tax on that though. They're raping me on these taxes.
Tell me about it.
I'm retired. Leave me alone. Make your money. I could charge you the real rate.
how do you spell that, retired?
Work harder.
L-R-E-D, tired.
Tired, like, anyway. This is our annual.
Yes.
Uh,
No, it's,
This, part, that's the annual
that's
there,
the
yeah.
total, yeah.
They getting up there,
It went up $100.
more than last year?
Mm-hmm.
Really, that ain't bad.
Our insurance?
Maybe
Yeah, not horrible.
not horrible. And I guess the chances of anybody else bidding it is pretty slim, huh? Do we have anybody?
It's very slim.
No?
I don't know when the time period is up, but
Yeah,
It's good for a year, March to March.
okay.
that's who we've had forever, ain't it?
You would, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if anybody local can,
Well, I don't know if anybody even wants to bid it.
Who's our insurance through?
okay, and what we got here?
Lakeman.
What did we go through?
The only one around here that's gonna cover that.
All right,
They all, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that's gonna cover that levy insurance.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and bills as presented.
I
okay,
got a bill in there. Let Ronnie do it.
yeah. Well, I'll second it, or Ron can say it, go ahead.
You second it, Ronnie.
Yeah, we got a motion on the floor to approve the bills as.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
And we know, yeah,
And I got a bill in there, so.
yeah, he's got a ticket in there, and actually, yes, we did too, but I ain't part of it no more. But anyway, good. You make a second?
Yep.
Any further discussion on any of the invoices? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. What else we got? Was this coming under new business or
That
something?
was our,
Oh.
still on treasury report.
Yeah, that's it.
Bills. Do we have any more we need to talk?
Well, no, one other thing, that our CD for the $101,003.75 is gonna mature April 29th before our next meeting. Are we wanting just to renew it at a year again? The rates are still pretty good. They're still over 5%.
Are we at MRV?
Yes.
I don't see anything coming up that we need.
I don't see why not. What do you?
I'll make a motion, we leave it there and get some more interest.
Do we still have money? Do we still have money coming from taxes?
And we're finished.
We're finished?
Yep.
So our account.
I mean, we'll have it trickling in, but not our big amounts already here.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on the late delinquent ones.
So this 97,000 is what we've got to work with.
Yes. And then, we
So
just
we're balanced.
deposited another 6,200 from the state.
So we're at 205.
They're gonna carry us through the year without having to cash a CD.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it would be.
I mean, the other one matures in
Did I
October.
give my statement away?
Oh, we're at 97. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so this is 101. There's one coming up.
yes.
Yeah. Might get, well, I don't know. Have you checked the interest rate?
Not for a couple weeks, but
Okay,
it was
might
still
be-
up there.
Might be at that, it should be at that, yeah, it was a little above.
Yeah.
It was a little above, but it might have come down last week. Okay, so do we need a motion on that?
We'll still be sitting pretty good even after we pay all these bills, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was looking at the top number, we're down here at 97, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't foresee anything coming up.
The only thing I foresee is that catwalk.
What do you estimate on that? You got
Train wise, I've seen them go across the board for a used one, decent used one, so anywhere from a couple of $1,000, which I think
To 20.
pre-war to 20, yes.
20,000. And we haven't really even got with Ronnie yet. We've
So-
been, I think, busy with everything else.
And they've got some stuff up there, materials we could probably use, but
So, I mean, it can, go ahead.
we're gonna have to go down.
Yeah.
Look
We
in.
got a
Yeah,
measurement
we
today.
got-
Yeah,
So I was gonna get with you after the meeting and talk to you about it.
yeah, we could do that anytime.
We take a run up to the yard, maybe there's something there we could use.
Yeah,
So it may be October when this other one comes due before we even get to actually putting it together.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We might hold off.
Well, we can
Okay, we
start
got-
finding out.
We want to start getting
Yeah.
it put together. It's gonna be a year or so maybe before we can get it all.
I hope it ain't that long.
What if they,
Well, if it is, it
what if
is.
the spur levy comes in and we needed some money for that?
Yeah, I know.
Well, that, I don't think that, we ain't gonna get approval that quick from the court.
No,
No.
We don't have to worry
That's
about that
months.
yet.
that's
Till,
still,
till the design is done, there's no action.
Yeah.
And this isn't gonna, well, we gotta get the testing done. That's a start.
and Norm's.
Well, that's the only
over
other,
there on,
that's the only other
which
thing
is
that I'm,
under new business.
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I'm wondering about whether this 97 will carry us through that. We are in the process of the spur levy. So I don't know whether it'd be better for the board to decide to take part of that 101,000 and put it in the general account and put the rest of it in CD,
When's the other one coming due?
October.
October.
It's several months away. And if this report comes back good on the spur levy, we need to get, while we got the ball going, we need to go with it.
Well, the,
We'll have to pay
until
engineering.
there's a design and everything, all the
Yeah.
details, the Corps is not gonna approve it.
Well, I realize that, but we're gonna have to get a design done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's engineering that we're gonna have to pay,
Right.
or at least 50% of it.
We'll get it out of Bernie's account.
Well, I mean, when you get down to it, what
Yeah,
kind of hit,
it
what
could
kind
be
of,
that.
if we had to catch a CD in, how much of a hit are we gonna take?
If it's the one that I'm just gonna renew in April, it won't be that bad.
Okay, well then I'd agree with you, just
Take
go
that
ahead and renew the whole
anytime
thing
you
and
want.
Yeah, we'll have another one due.
Period.
Yeah.
get what interest we can while we can.
Okay. All right. Anything else under old business?
Old business would be this, this spur levy here.
Okay.
Chris and I have been working back and forth, since our last meeting. And, he finally got this company here to respond. Which it gives it's broke down, the schedule pricing is broke down right here. And now, then you got total, a beginning or estimated cost of 21,000. It could go higher depending on what they have to do in excess of what they got listed here. On page 2, you can see the schedule.
Did they prepare this for Levee District 2? Because
Yeah, because they're the ones that reached out.
Okay,
And Chris forwarded this to me
All right.
to bring here. So we'll have to decide if we want to go with this, and then I can get back with them and they can decide whether they're good with it.
We gonna get more than one bid?
This is all that's reached out. He's contacted three different places, and this is the only one that's reached out or responded back.
What's the board feel? What do we feel we're talking
Would be talking
$12.
$11,000,
20?
$12,000 our part.
When?
We'd be talking about roughly $12,000 our part.
yeah.
Yeah. What does Chris and them feel?
He just got this back to me here the other day, so I haven't talked to him yet.
Well, how many did you contact?
I think he contacted 3.
3. Okay, and only one responded.
Yeah.
Are they comfortable with going with one, or do we want to contact more? Are we comfortable? What do we
Let me
want?
see if I can call him real quick.
Well,
That'd be the quickest way to find out. that answer.
there's a lot of companies that do that.
Yeah.
And, Shannon Wilson, I know does that too, but if
They were contacted.
They were
from what
contacted.
I think so. What Chris had talked about.
yeah. So, well, we ain't gonna,
I mean, if we gotta wait another month before we
as I
get
say,
to
contact
everybody.
yeah.
Everybody feels.
Whatever they wanna do is, I don't have a problem.
You have reached Chris at Sugar Bottom Farms. Please leave a message and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Chris, this is Norm Gallup. Could you give me a call back when you get a chance? Thank you.
Okay, well,
Well, the price sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't know whether
I like the
we
way-
want to pursue more or not. I know a few people have been contacted, but only one's reached out in the last month.
Did the Corps give a list of how many?
They do not. Chris talked to him and I talked to him 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I talked to Jeremy Eck up there, and he's the head up there, and they do not have any preferred.
Well, no, they don't have
do.
preferred, but they have a
Or-
list of
no.
qualified contractors that do this.
They said just what Jeremy told me is just contact any engineering firm that does boring, and any of them would do. That's what he told me.
Okay,
And that's the only ones that call back
Yes.
so far.
Yes.
okay. Well, what does the board feel? Yeah. We need more information, or are we going?
Even if we approve that of this, it's still up to District 2 to decide if they're okay.
Yeah, they have to approve it
major
also.
Yes, but if we've got our approval and then they turn
Then
around
they
next
can-
week
they
and
can
say,
go.
then we can
Well,
go.
but we can have a special meeting
Yes.
anytime.
Yes.
I'd rather wait and have more information
Okay.
before we make a decision
Sure.
myself.
Yeah.
What does everybody feel?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to see another bid if we possible.
Yeah, it'd be
And if
nice.
that's all, and if they're fine with it,
Yeah.
then let's get together again. We can do that at any time, I think. And
Yeah, the proposal
I'm
here,
fine with it, but I'd
Yeah.
kind of like to see another bid, wouldn't you?
Well, it'd be nice,
Yeah.
yes. But if 3 people have been contacted, and only one's reached out in a month,
I understand.
that's all you're gonna get.
well,
You approve it and tomorrow in the mail you get it,
Yeah.
then what do you do?
Sure.
So let's,
all right.
Well, let's just
Well-
have a special meeting with District 2.
Yeah, let's wait till we get more information. That's my preference.
okay.
Yeah, I was just bringing
Yeah,
for what was forwarded to me.
Hey, it's a step
Yeah.
forward. That's more than we've had.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
but I know according to just the schedule here, everything looks very reasonable.
Yeah,
Considering
can't get anybody else.
considering what boring costs and analysis costs.
yeah, analysis is a
Yeah,
big thing. They do a lot of tests. There's a lot of tests required.
yeah.
All right, anything else we got?
We in our old business?
Yes,
Okay, the only other thing I got under old business is, replacement of the wireless cameras. And we already approved that, I think, the last meeting.
okay.
I just gotta get with Sue to get them purchased. The one thing I did not bring up to the board, I know I talked to a couple of you when we was doing the construction down there. But I did not bring to the board, I forgot it last month, was the purchase of a couple of cellular game cameras for the parking lot area down there. Cause there's no electricity down there, so there's no way to put cameras down there.
Some battery.
Other than-
Where would you put them now?
I'd put it right there where the entrance coming into the parking lot,
Okay, which parking lot are you talking?
the one with Fish and Wildlife. So we could see,
A pole, we put a pole.
we put a pole on, we can use one of them poles that, the old gates, one of them gray poles,
Yeah,
the galvanized poles that the old gates used to be housed in.
Stainless rod went up through, got them there. They make a good,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fine.
good post, got a
So-
cap, everything.
Yeah,
So I'd like to purchase, like a minimum of 2 cellular game cameras. They would be on a monthly subscription, so you're talking possibly anywhere from $15 to $30 a month.
okay.
Actually, it can actually be cheaper than that. The cheapest plan, I've got the same camera and it works great. Pictures are great, night pictures and everything's great. I went with unlimited, but down there we could do the basic plan, which is only like $10 a month per camera. It'd be $20 a month.
So we,
Or we can, I think they have an annual. You can pay by the annual, which is cheaper, paying it annually.
can you get prints on the phone as they happen?
Yeah, I get notification on my phone.
Okay. So there's a firm, what company is it?
You can get them, Verizon, AT&T, or Dual Cellular. Mine's Verizon, but, I know we have AT&T, so I guess it's a matter of a preference. I'll bring the one
I've
I,
had 2 incidents already.
yes.
Somebody came through and drove up to Levee, and then, was it Tom Gray?
Oh, here's Chris.
That's right.
Said somebody was on a
Hi, Chris.
four-wheeler or whatever.
Well, that four-wheeler that came up.
Hey, I'm here at the board meeting, District 3.
If we had,
That estimate you sent me, forwarded to me for that engineering outfit.
Now, that was just for boring only, and they misunderstood that, that we were looking for an engineering plan for the whole levee, not just boring.
Okay. Well, I mean, we got to start at the boring.
I mean, I thought the last time we talked that the boring wasn't necessary, that we'd be able to just use a soil map. or something similar.
I don't think the Corps will go along with that.
I know the Corps is, when I talked to Jeremy here, well, I guess 2 weeks ago, he said that, it doesn't, they want to see the report, the soil report, the boring report, but that has no bearing anymore. They changed the rules or something. It has no bearing as far as where the placement of the levee is. What they're concerned about, what Jeremy told me, is the actual design, how it ties in.
Okay.
But they still want the soil samples. But it's not going to have any, from my understanding, it's going to have relatively little bearing on
Okay, so it
approval.
is something we probably are gonna need to do.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I also contacted or sent an email to, Kohler Engineering,
Yes.
and, haven't got a response back, so I'm gonna have to jiggle their trees again.
So is this the only boring company, engineering?
That's the only, that's the only boring company I know of, unless, Kohler Engineering or somebody knows somebody else.
Yeah.
But I don't know of another company
Yeah.
that does it.
I think Shannon and Wilson does. Brad works with,
Okay. Do we want to reach out to them?
I would talk to Brad and he'd know
To,
somebody.
Kohler
Okay.
and see if they're,
Yeah.
who they use.
Yeah.
Okay, when
The board here would like to see at least 2 estimates.
yeah, okay. Well, let me get back with those guys
Okay.
and, get some response out of them.
Shannon
Shannon and Wilson. Do you have the contact information for Shannon and Wilson?
No, nothing, no.
Brad, I don't have it. Brad does.
Brad has it. Brad Bowman has it.
Okay, just have him forward it to me.
Okay.
And we can,
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So I guess we'll go, I'll get with Brad sometime tomorrow, or try to, and have him forward that information to you, Chris.
okay, all right, sounds good.
And then we can go from there.
He won't be available tomorrow. I know that.
Okay. Well, it'll be the next day then.
Right. Could be.
All right. All right. Thanks, Chris, for getting back with
Okay,
me.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. All right, good. Okay,
Oh, where was,
on the cameras.
cameras. So I had that pulled up. All right, so this is what I've got. And it works great. It's cellular.
That's the one you showed me today.
Yes, that is the one I showed you today.
We lease these,
No, you buy them.
you buy them,
Yeah.
and then
And
they
right now
they
they're all,
take care of the
right now
communication.
they're half cost. So they're roughly $60 a camera.
Wow. Sound like a good
Yeah.
deal.
Oh, yeah. Now the cellular panels, so that they're completely maintenance free, they're about $100 a piece.
Yeah,
That's the ones you
So-
want to put down at the.
That's what I want to put down at the Fish and Wildlife parking lot.
Okay.
Them are.
That camera right there.
What's the ones you want to put on the pump station?
Same thing we had.
Just something
I
better design.
got to, Bob, the way he installed it, the receptacle was out there in the weather,
Oh, the weather.
and the weather just fried them. So I need to tie into our electrical boxes there along the wall and just stem over to where I can put a weatherproof receptacle there, so that's out of the weather and we won't have the issue that we had. Now these are the solar panels for them cameras. They're $92 a piece. So we'd have roughly just under $60 per camera and $92 for a solar panel. And then 12 batteries
And
for each.
installation.
well,
So they've
No,
got
what's range on one of them things?
80 feet. They've got an 80 feet activation. So it's plenty for down there.
So what do you, roughly $500?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And some,
You know, because the camera is, what are they right now? They're $54 right now. They're normally $109.
Yeah.
I paid 60 for mine,
okay.
but it's the exact same,
I like it.
same place.
Make a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we buy, let Norm buy his cameras and, solar, whatever you need. You and I can stand in post
Yep.
and do what we need to
Yeah.
there, so that'll be minimal charge there. I'm fine with that. I make a motion, we buy some cameras.
Second?
I think so.
Okay, motion on the floor in a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay,
And I,
good.
off the top of my head, that's the only old business that I know of.
Okay, then new business. I got a call, talk to Joe
Did the
Jay
railroad call?
with the railroad. Up at the north end at the gate closure, right off Little Rock Road. The railroad pushed a manhole lid off the center and some gravel fell down and choked the dewatering pipes down below underneath. So that has to be cleaned up and hand dug out probably because it's about 8 feet deep and it's a bunch of gravel, a few wheelbarrows in there choking covering the pipe. And then you got to put the lids back on, the ring back on the manhole and seal it. And then you put the steel frame back on the manhole lid and frame back on the collar and seal it. So there won't be much, but they got talked to Joe Jay today, and he's going to have one of his roadmasters come through here regularly by the name of Jacob Jordan. I met him before, and we'll talk about it and see. It's on their property, only about 10 feet from the railroad tracks. We don't want to work there until they're there, because that's a big thing for insurance reasons. But anyway, no big deal. Nothing's damaged. It's just going to have to get in there and clean it out and put the rings off. And they're heavy. The concrete ring is about that thick and about 6 or 7 feet around. And have to seal it again. And the seal, the steel casting, they weigh about 500 pounds.
Are we doing the work or are they going to do the work?
Well, that's what I want to find out. If they want to do it, then it's not. If we do it, we want to figure what it'd take and see if they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Or they damaged it.
Sure.
And while we got them there, I want to talk to them a little bit. They put a lot of little gravel up on our riprap.
Yeah.
And we get written up for that
Yep.
from the Corps. So I don't know if they can get that off. It's not easy to get that off out of the riprap blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to, I'll talk with them too about maybe getting a little of that off. But all you can do is drag it down and make it look good.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be all right. It wouldn't take a whole lot, but you don't want to get a machine there, or we wouldn't want to in any way unless they have a
Flagman or
Flag.
something there.
you know, they're very strict about that. They're very strict, rightfully so.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all I have under new business. This next item here is that for a closed session? What's it about on that?
So in 2019, the Levee Commission, along with the city, signed up with Fish and Wildlife to do improvements down there. So they put those trees in, and they've been cutting the other trees that are growing. So they've been doing maintenance down there. So this is in a continuation of that same agreement that everybody signed off on. The other one ran out in March, so we're just trying to renew that agreement.
Okay. So the agreement is running out?
Yeah, it was a 5-year agreement.
Okay,
So it ran out in March of this year. So we're looking to extend that between the Levee District, city, and Fish and Wildlife. So they'll continue to cut where, around those trees that they put in, down in the bottoms where we don't do any farming. So they'll continue, with the parking lot, the signage, and everything else that's going in on the levee, and then eventually convey that property to them.
how long will this next agreement be for?
5 years.
5 years again, so this will be every 5 years, I'll be darned.
Has anything in this memorandum of understanding changed?
No.
Exactly.
No,
verbatim?
not exactly the same. My name's in there now, and it's just a different time period, but that's it.
Yeah.
Same stuff as before.
No,
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, I guess it is what it is. I'm surprised to plant trees and every 5 years you gotta, every 5 years you gotta remove.
well, that's the
renew
people
the
mow
agreement.
around. They keep it all nice and mowed.
Yeah,
We don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
we don't have to cut that.
well, no, that's fine,
Yeah,
that's fine.
so,
So we need to approve this or disapprove it, correct?
yes.
Okay. Well, any further questions? I mean, I find this amazing.
They don't surprise me.
Surprise you.
Well,
No,
Working with-
I'll make a motion that we go for another 5 years with Fish and Wildlife so they can mow around their trees.
Okay, second. Baron here. And so, any further discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and ayes have it.
All right, and this just came in today. We didn't have time to put it on the agenda. But this is the agreement to start the process of conveying the property to Fish and Wildlife. So this will be brought back at the next meeting as an agenda item, so you can vote on it officially. What you're looking at is agreeing that you want to donate that property to Fish and Wildlife Service so they can make improvements. It'll be theirs it's their property. We keep that section where the lake is. We've gone through those maps a couple of times, the plats. This is from Duck Bader's survey of that property. And what they'll do is they'll do improvements on the east side of the levee.
so this is basically everything that we previously discussed and approved
Yep. Yeah, we're
to convey to them.
right. So now we're to that point where we're signing an agreement to do that. They still have a number of other things to go through. They'll be doing a record or a title check, doing a survey, going down and inspecting the property. So this is not the end all of everything, but this is the beginning of getting it conveyed to Fish and Wildlife.
Okay, so we take this and we vote on it next meeting?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. Just wanted to give it to you ahead of time if you want to take a look at it. I've had the attorney look at it, no issues. So it should be in good shape.
okay. Well, we want to look at it and see if we can try and understand it. Work on it.
Okay,
Okay,
that's it.
that's,
I just have one other thing. Norman at the last meetings asked about doing or having him on our agenda. Possibly underneath treasure report, we have superintendent's report, so he can do his own report, and then we'll go into old and new business.
I think that'd be a good thing.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to put that on our agenda.
okay,
You made the motion? I'll second that.
okay. So we won't have no old or new business?
No, we'll
and
still
we'll
have
just-
that. So what would happen is anything that I have, and it can cover both old and new, my report of the levy, my monthly report. I
Superintendent.
will present it, and then as we get to the old, we can discuss what I brought up.
Okay, okay,
It's what it was presented to me last month after last month's meeting. And I said I didn't have a problem with it. And it would keep this bouncing around to a minimum.
okay.
Yeah, so he can give the report of everything he's got going on.
Right.
And then you can ask questions and go back and forth. It doesn't even have to be moved to new or old business.
Well-
New or old business will cover just that. If it's not something that he's reporting on, then, I mean, that it's going to be put in those categories. So the example is what I do for the city is up front, I've got a city administrator's report. I hand out a report and then go back and forth with the board members about what's going on. They may have questions, they may not. And I think it kind of, it gives you a chance then to talk specifically about those items with your maintenance person, the person that's in charge of watching over the levee, instead of, trying to figure out what category it fits in.
All right. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Good. So we have a motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay? Anything else under new business? We're good, huh? And nothing under public participation, so.
Participated enough, thank you.
Good job. All right, then I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion for adjournment.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor in a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, everybody.